Hello and welcome back to the internet. I'm your guy, the guy who's in your house right now. Check upstairs. So I turned 27 a couple weeks ago, but really that's a lie because I'm gonna turn 27 in 2 weeks from right now. I film these really early, and then the Patreon people get to see them really early, including the music videos too. So if you want to be part of that, then that's it. It's easy. It's patreon.com. But hey, did you know that Steven Spielberg directed Jaws when he was 27? And hey, did you know that Orson Welles directed Citizen Kane when he was 25? Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, blah, blah, blah. Did you know? Did you know these things? I know them, and I think about them every goddamn day. How do you not compare yourself to other people? Just go up, let me know. So there is an old man inside of me, and that I don't want to ever have to say that ever again. But like the old man in me wants to fully blame social media and be like that's the reason that we're so comparative now. And I mean, when I was writing this video down, I stopped like 3 times to see what someone else was doing on Instagram and Twitter. Like not on purpose, it just came up and I went, oh, that's cool. I'm not doing that. Like it is weird to me to remember sometimes that all this is very new. This is like, historically speaking, like yes, YouTube's been around, what 15 years or whatever. We got Facebook. The true height of all this, like seeing what everybody's doing, has only been about 10 years or so. And that's like nothing, historically speaking. On the timeline of humanity, that is just like a little speck on a dot inside a spot. And so I think if you're my age and you were aware enough as this started to become a new thing that you were like clocking it and being like, oh, this is different. We're like exposed to things in a different way now. And that also was happening while your literal brain was forming. I think that probably did something. But I don't think that you can fully pin it on the social media thing, like being comparative. I do think maybe there's a icky truth that I have to live with myself, that maybe I'm just kind of prone to that. I think I maybe expect something of myself, and then when I see other people being successful, I take it as a reflection of what I'm not accomplishing. So like that's cooked in there. But I don't know if comparing yourself to other people is 100% a bad thing. Let me explain. I think comparing has its place, and maybe I'm like splitting hairs here about what exactly I mean by comparing yourself to people, but like I think it can be a motivator. I think it can make you recalculate, like, oh my God, am I being lazy? Am I not trying hard enough for these things I want? Like that person's doing it. But it can also make you go like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, look, they're doing that all the time and they're doing it very well, but like that was a thing I thought maybe I wanted, but maybe I don't. Good to know. And now I'm not trying to make a case for something that I think is inherently kind of like an icky feeling. Like I do think comparing yourself to other people is like inherently a waste of time, but I think it is also an opportunity where when you find yourself comparing yourself to other people a lot, it can force you to like really take stock and look at your own damn self and be like, why is this burning me up so much? Why is this hurting? I shouldn't care, but I do. Why? And I think especially in this like internet comparing way that I'm talking about, sometimes when you catch yourself getting into these spirals, you can be like, oh, do I need to like not go on that all the time? And that's good. I think that's good to like take a break, but I also don't think deleting an app fixes you. I mean, jealousy isn't pretty. It's like envy's a sin, according to the good book, The Chamber of Secrets. But we all feel it. This is a thing that happens all the dang time. And I do think it's exacerbated by the Facebooks and Twitters and Instagrams of the world, but like, it's a pretty like, I mean, if they were writing about it a bajillion years ago, then clearly we always felt this way. I want your pyramid. I want your hut. That's what they would say, you know, in England. And I think if you're catching on to the pattern of these talky videos that I'm doing, you realize that I'm a very big believer in like feeling a damn feeling this when it strikes you. Because I don't think you can move on and fix the problem if you don't accept that it's allowed first. And you can certainly dislike how you're thinking. Like you can look at maybe a pattern and be like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like how this is making me feel. I don't like the energy that it's putting out. I'm spending too much time thinking about something I really don't want to think about. But like digging the hole of feeling like your brain is unattractive is only going to make the comparison thing worse, because then you're not only looking at someone and being like, oh, they're doing this thing that I want to do, or they have, you know, some demonstration of a life that I want, but also they're probably not feeling the way I feel. I'm the problem. I think that a lot of the time, for me, what I'm actually envious of or jealous of is the perceived like feeling of accomplishment that I'm seeing in that person. Like I'm not necessarily, it's not tangible. It's not like, oh, they have a good, I like their shoe. It's like, oh, they look happy with their shoe. I don't feel happy with mine. And then it becomes, oh, if I had that, or if I could figure out how to do that, then I'd be happy. I would feel a little more accomplished. I would feel better day to day. And I don't think that's always untrue, because I think that's the kind of the point sometimes of the goals that you set for yourself in life, or the things that you want in life. The whole goal is like, oh, I want to achieve that because it will bring me some sense of fulfillment. And so I think ultimately sometimes you're just going to be jealous. You just look at something and you go, oh yeah, I'm jealous of that. I want that. And then that's fine. I think as long as you don't take it as this like concrete reflection that you're a failure, and as long as you're not being an asshole to the person who has the thing, I think just absorb it sometimes. So like now what I'm trying to do is less, I'm not trying to stop the jealous feeling itself, because I think that's a losing battle. Because I think then it pops up and you feel that way and you're like, oh, I'm feeling that way. I messed up. I shouldn't be feeling that way anymore. I wanted to fix that. And I think instead I'm just trying to focus on the times where I don't feel that way. And where am I at? Like what's going on with me that's not making me compare myself to other people? And then how do I chase that? How do I like put myself in those positions where I'm feeling better? Or how do I start things that I know are gonna get me to a place where I'm feeling better? And kind of fabricate the stuff that has to do with me, rather than try and, you know, cut a human emotion out of myself. I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to chase the times where I'm feeling positive and not like smush down the times where I'm feeling negative. So I don't know, it's a weird thing to talk about. Nobody wants to be jealous, nobody wants to like want stuff that other people have. I do think it's normal, but I get it. It's like weird. I don't even like, as I'm talking about this and making this, and I know I'm gonna put this on the internet, it feels kind of dirty. So what do you guys think? I mean, how do you deal with the comparison that is kind of instigated by Twitter feeds and Instagram feeds? And obviously I'm talking in like a career way. I'm talking about seeing people do stuff professionally and me having, you know, envy for it. But how does this apply to you? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments down there. And just remember, at the end of the day here, I envy you, because you look at your damn self. You look great.